What's happening, everyone? JayShockblast here, and check it out. Spider-Man is back in the MCU, according to Variety and virtually every other source on the internet, like myself. And it is a great thing. We are going to have a Spider-Man 3. Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal are back. They're going to be working with Sony. I don't know what the deal is yet. What we had to go through all that nonsense for, what percentage, and I don't really care. I don't care about the business end at all. I just know what's best for business, and what's best for business is a Spider-Man that can exist with all the other Marvel characters, doing whatever is best for Spider-Man and the rest of the Marvel Universe. And this was all nonsense all along. I knew that cooler heads would prevail, but let's be cautiously optimistic here. This is just for Spider-Man 3, which will be coming out July 16th, 2021. We still need to work on the bigger deal to figure out where things go once that's done. The good thing is this does give them the opportunity, at worst, to kind of wrap up where they are and go to the next phase of Spider-Man, so they can definitely work on this movie knowing, hey, this could really be it, and at least not leave it hanging. But I look at this as a bridge deal, kind of like what we see in sports. Charlie McAvoy is a defenseman for the Boston Bruins, and he was a restricted free agent trying to get a big long-term deal, but the Bruins don't really have to offer him that. So what they did is they offered something in the middle, and it was something to get them to the point where they really have to focus on giving Charlie the bigger deal. Gives him more time to pad his resume and show all the rest of the league that he is worthy of such a big deal. So this is a bridge deal. It gives them that one more movie where these guys can keep negotiating, because obviously they're still not all the way there, or they would have just announced a multi-film deal right here and right now. This is something that pacifies all the fans and allows this story to continue, because I really truly believe that we are experiencing the best of Spider-Man. I mean, we've gotten to see him with so many amazing characters, and I know that there's a very big contingent that don't love the reliance of Tony Stark in all of the stories, but it is what it is at this point, and I really think it's worth it, because I think that we're starting to watch Spider-Man grow, and we can close it out, and we'll get a good sense of him being his own person, and I think that's fantastic. I truly believe that Spider-Man should always just be there, and it's not really that they have to roll in other characters, but it's just having that option to do so. At some point they're gonna be able to use Daredevil again. Can you picture Daredevil and Spider-Man never appearing on screen? I mean, that's just weird to me. Those two are huge together. Or Deadpool just came to the MCU, just came back into the Marvel family, and those two have a very long-running co-op comic together, Spider-Man and Deadpool, and they are fantastic together. Can you imagine them never having any interaction on screen? Like, it's ridiculous. So, and I don't understand where all this trust of Sony ever came from. They're literally talking about doing a Madam Web movie. What is that nonsense? Sure, they made one good animated film, and they've made a bunch of other meh Spider-Man related movies, and that includes Venom. And I liked Venom, but Venom wasn't anything special. So it's just, this is just better. I don't want a Sonyverse, all right? I want one cohesive Marvel universe where we know that if Marvel Studios wants to use X character, they can use X character because they can, that's all I want. I don't even on Sony's side, if Sony's doing their own Sony thing, all right, I don't want them to make a movie and not be able to use a quote unquote Marvel Studios character, if it's good for the story, I want it to exist. I want it to be there. So all this business nonsense, I don't care about. They got it right now, and that's all that matters. So Spider-Man 3, July 16th, 2021. Here's a quote from Feige. "I am thrilled that Spidey's journey in the MCU will continue, and I and all of us at Marvel Studios are very excited to get to keep working on it. Spider-Man is a powerful icon and hero whose story crosses all ages and audiences around the globe. He also happens to be the only hero with a superpower to cross cinematic universes. So as Sony continues to develop their own Spider-Verse, you never know what surprises the future might hold. That's a pretty good quote, I think. I mean, that could go both ways, hopefully. Pascal was euphoric. This is from Variety. This is terrific. Peter Parker's story took a dramatic turn in Far From Home, and I could not be happier. We will all be working together as we see where his journey goes. Sony's statement was pretty bland. We have had a great collaboration over the last 4 years, and our mutual desire to continue was equal to that of many fans, said Robert Lawson, Chief Communications Officer. We're delighted to be moving forward together. So there you go, guys. What do you guys think? Spider-Man back, at least for one more movie with the MCU. I'm thrilled. This is what we should have had all along. It shouldn't have put us through all that stress. But, let's hopefully see them iron it out long term. And honestly, let's just hope Apple ends up buying Sony Pictures. That way Marvel just gets the rights back completely. All right, we'll see it.